Hey you guys, today I'm going to go over writing fractions as repeating decimals. So the first one here, select the decimal that is equivalent to 1/8. Okay, so we have to do a little bit of math here, and here's what we do. When we see a fraction, it's the same thing as division. This little line right here, the vinculum, that line right there, the fraction bar, literally means divide. So 1 divided by 8. And you could put that into your calculator. So let me pull up my calculator. I'll show you guys two ways. So you could do 1 divided by 8, and that is equal to 0.125, which is an eighth. So it would be none of these here. But another way to do it would be to go like this. And let me see. So 8 and then 1. And then we have to add the zeros. Let me actually do that a little bit better. Okay, so there's my decimal point. So 8 goes into 10 one time without going over. 2, bring down my 0. 8 goes into 20 2 times without going over. 8 times 2 is 16. 4, bring down a 0. 8 goes into 45 times without going over. And then I have no remainders. And then I gotta bring up this little decimal point there from here. Okay, so 1.125. So that would be none of these. So there's two ways how to do that. You can use a calculator, you can use math. And I would encourage you guys to try doing it like this sometimes. Don't always use your calculator. It's good practice. And then it's the same thing with this right here. 13 divided by 75. Okay, so I'm gonna do it like this first. Let me add my. I know that I'm gonna have to bring in some zeros, so I'm just gonna add them now. Okay, so 75 goes into 130 one time, and I know that because 75 times 2 is 150, so that would be too much. So 75, so 130 minus that would be 55, right? 7 plus 5 is 13. Is that right? Okay, now I'm going to bring down a 0. 75 goes into 550, I don't know how many times. I'm going to pull up a calculator here. So let's start with maybe 5 and go from there. 370, so I can still go up some more. So 75 times 6, 450, so I think I can go up one more. 75 times 7. There we go. So 75 times 7 is 525. That's very close to 550. That's as close as we can get without going over. So I'm going to write a 7 up here. And that was 525. Right? 525, yes, okay. And then 550 minus 525 is 25. And we're going to bring down another 0. 75 goes into 2, and we can do it like so. 75 times 2, no, not 2, 3. There we go. Times 3 is 225, and it looks like it's the same thing. So it's going to continue being 250. I know it's 3. That means that my 3 is repeating. And I'm kind of running out of space here, but same thing. I got 250 again. 75 goes into 250 without going over 3 times, so then 225, bring down my 25, bring down my 0, and you see how it keeps on repeating? It'll constantly be 250. So that tells us that I'm going to add my little decimal point up here. I know this is hard to see, but that actually says 0.1733, and the 3 is repeating, so we put a little line over it, and we can remove these other 3. So this is our answer right here. So that is obviously none of these. Oh, and we can use our calculator as well to figure this out, just how I did on the other one. I just did the math portion first, but we would do 13 divided, oops, that's not the right button. 13 divided by 75. And see, we get the same answer here, 0.17, and then the 3 is repeating. And again, that little line above the 3 means that that only that digit right there, 3, is repeating. And as we can see, it is none of these answers. Okay, I'm going to leave this here. If you have more questions, let me know. Oops. I gotta hit the pause button here.